So good evening, everyone. Thank you all for joining us tonight. Tonight's recital is called It's All About the Bass Clarinet. And so this is the bass clarinet. It plays excellent defense in a number of contact sports. And it's a very versatile instrument, and you're going to really see what it can do tonight on the program. So the first piece we just played, it's called Dante and Allegro. It's by a French composer named Yvon Deporte, written back in 1969. Pretty big standard solo piece for the bass clarinet. Played a lot, so good piece to start off the recital with. Next piece I'm going to perform for you is called In a Deep Funk by Daniel Dorff. And this piece was originally written for contrabassoon and was later adapted for bass clarinet. It's a dance set of 4 pieces. And I want to kind of read what the composer wrote about each one of the movements so you can get an idea of what each one's going to be like. So the first movement is called Hustle Misterioso. And the composer says, Hustle Misterioso uses a hustle rhythm, and the notes are reminiscent of the powerhouse motive used in many of Carl Stalling's cartoon scenes. It is also a traditionally built, rounded binary form. Second move is called Twist Variations, and in this one, Twist Variations uses a theme in driving quarter notes and 12-bar blues, and then goes quite far afield into many rhythmic and textural worlds, using the 12-bar blues as a chaconne. Third movement is called Bear Hug, and Bear Hug is a slow 12/8 dance, certainly inspired by the feel of Smokey Robinson's and other ballads of that genre. And the final movement is called Funk Scherzo, and Funk Scherzo is more free form and true to its title. Played a lot of pieces by Danny before. I'm a really big fan of his music. Really have enjoyed working on this piece too as well. And so I hope you enjoy it too. This is In a Deep Funk by Daniel Dorff. So the next piece in the program is The Blues Ranger by Josh Oxford. And Josh is actually here in attendance with us tonight, so I asked him if he would come up and say a few words. So, Josh?
Hey, how's it going, everyone? Josh over here, Tim Haas coming in. It's a great program so far. Looking forward to the rest. So, about 2010, a friend of mine wanted me to write a piece for him, and I just started composing, and I had this idea where you take the blues scale and switch to the octatonic scale halfway in between. Really exciting stuff, right? And as a child of the 90s, one of my favorite shows I used to watch all the time was in the fan club, had the pictures and everything, was Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. I don't know if you guys remember that show, but it was pretty happening. But so the theme song, Go Go Power Rangers. So it ended up being the basis of part of this piece. So it's half based on this blues and diminished idea. So takes one idea on C, moves up a third to E flat, moves up another third to F sharp, one more time to A, and then oh snap, it goes up a half step to C sharp. Wild stuff, right? So yeah, that's about it. So it was so funny that Tim is doing this at Clarinet Fest over the summer. So I was in a really bad car accident. That's why I talk this way, have a traumatic brain injury, was internally decapitated, all this fun stuff. And the last gig I played was at Clarinet Fest in 2010. So I played, we did the premiere of Kevin H. Gray's Pyrrhic Suite with Rick Faria, Rick the Cat Faria. And we played in the morning, flew back to Ithaca, New York, where I'm from, that night. Next day, car accident. So I didn't even hear the piece until, it was probably 8 months or so, 9 months. Math. 9 months after I wrote it. So it's great to hear it then. It's even greater to hear it now. Tim is coming. I've heard him play. He said the recording on the SoundCloud. I couldn't be happier to hear someone just totally eviscerate a piece that I wrote. And it feels so great. And hope you're all having a great time out there. We're having a great time in here. And here's Tim.
Before we play the last piece tonight, I want to thank Eric Johnson, John McJunk, and everyone here at the recording studio for letting us use this beautiful facility tonight. Thank you, GCU TV, for live streaming tonight. I want to say a personal thanks to Mark Fury for playing piano and for Josh Oxford for being here in attendance tonight. Next piece in the program is called On Sorrow, and it's by Jonathan Russell. I wanted to take a few minutes and read this introduction. It's pretty extensive, but I think it's worth reading. And so this is John's notes on sorrow. On March 31st, 2017, my 37-year-old wife was diagnosed with what turned out to be stage 3 breast cancer, and our life was turned upside down. We made the decision to leave London, where we had lived for the past 4 years, and move in with her parents in Massachusetts for the duration of her treatment. All told, it was about a year from initial diagnosis to my wife starting to feel like herself again. For now, she is considered cancer-free, but the very real possibility of a more serious recurrence will always haunt us. Fear, worry, anxiety, and exhaustion, not sorrow, were the sensations that dominated the year. But as I contemplated the very real possibility of losing my life partner much sooner than anticipated, I became far more conscious of sorrow's inevitability in all of our lives, of the weight of loss that everyone ultimately carries. For no matter how lucky a life we live, the simple fact remains that the longer we are here, the more loss we will experience. The piece is in 5 continuous movements that flow together without pause. Movement 1 is called Prelude, Loss. Movement 2, Withdrawal. Movement 3, Rage. Movement 4, Consolation. And movement 5 is Renewal, Postlude. The piece opens with wispy piano chords in a stuttering rhythm, with the bass clarinet floating above, evoking the eternal, endless river of time, the neutral backdrop to the cares and concerns of living. This figure also takes on the quality of fate, appearing again, suddenly loud and forceful, at the climaxes of the 1st, 3rd, and 5th movements. After a few minutes of this material, the main sorrow theme of the piece enters, a circular chromatic figure in 5. This material begins slowly and lugubriously, but gradually starts to become more flowing and buoyant. Before it can go too far in this direction, however, it is interrupted by a hammering version of the fate motive. This is followed by 2 intense statements of the sorrow theme, and then a high, wispy version that melts into the 2nd movement. Movement 2, Withdrawal, evokes the sense of turning inward and separating from the world that is often our initial way of coping with the shock of a calamitous event. The bass clarinet plays fragmentary melodies over quiet, repeating chords in the piano that begin high and ethereal and gradually drift down and down and down. At the end, there is a low, subdued statement of the sorrow theme, which then triggers the 3rd movement's sudden outburst. Movement 3, Rage, is aggressive, dissonant, and driving. There are several new themes, and the sorrow theme is also sucked into the vortex. Its narrow chromatic passages are played in close canon to create buzzing, insect-like swirls of dissonance. Music churns to a climax, and the bass clarinet is left alone on one of its lowest pitches. The piano hammers out the fate motive repeatedly as the bass clarinet ascends 4 octaves, almost its entire range, and is left hanging alone on a searing high note. When the bass clarinet stops, a sustained piano note emerges, leading to the 4th movement, Consolation. This movement consists entirely of fragments from Thomas Louis de Victoria's Choralic O Vos Omnis, composed in the vicinity of 1572. It is a beautiful contemplative work, citing a text from Lamentations 1:12, which translates as, O you that pass by, behold and see. there is any sorrow like my sorrow, pay attention, all people, and see my sorrow. If there be any sorrow like my sorrow. I knew early on that Victoria's composition would inform my own, both because it is such a potent musical evocation of sorrow, and more personally, because it has itself been a source of consolation for me in difficult times. As my piece developed, it became clear to me that directly quoting Victoria's work would be the most compelling way to provide the consolation music I was seeking. It is deeply inspiring and humbling to me that a piece of music composed 450 years ago can still speak to us so directly and immediately today. It is a testament to the power of music itself to console, as well as to the power of spirituality and our common humanity, even across many generations and centuries. As the fourth movement ends, Victoria's final cadence morphs into a statement of the sorrow theme. The bass clarinet begins movement 5, Renewal, with tentative fragments of this theme, which are then picked up by the piano. The theme gradually gathers in strength and confidence, finally culminating in a vigorous tango, a swirling, churning dance of life. Sorrow is not denied or defeated, but instead becomes the very basis for renewal and hope. As in the first movement, the dance is cut short by the hammering return of the fate motive. This time, however, the harmonies build and finally resolve to a triumphant D major chord. The chord melts away, and we are left once again with 3 iterations of the slow, contemplative version of the sorrow theme, rising higher each time, finally leaving the bass clarinet suspended gently in the air. The quiet, wispy version of the opening fate motive enters in the piano, and the piece ends as it began, with the bass clarinet suspended over a gently pulsating ocean of time. The piece, like sorrow itself, has fractal and cyclical qualities. The process it evokes can happen on many timescales, successively or simultaneously. Sequence of emotions could be happening in real time over the course of the 30-minute work, or it could happen over the course of an instant, a year, a lifetime. The ending of the piece could lead directly back to the beginning. Even as we overcame one sorrow, the next one may be just on the horizon or already underway. And even the sorrows we think we have overcome will continue to be with us, carrying us again through the gauntlet of emotions when we least expect it. As long as humans are mortal, sorrow will be a central part of existence. And as long as humans are human, we will seek out ways to process, console, heal, and renew. My hope is that this composition can be one small contribution to that endless and eternal human project. Pretty powerful words. And it really, you really hear all this in the piece. It's really quite an amazing piece. And Mark and I have had incredible time working on this piece. And on a personal note for me, last night I lost a very dear friend of mine to cancer after a very long fight with cancer. And as I was working on this piece the last couple of days, and especially as I was reading these program notes, it really hit home with me. And I've been going through some sorrow. I know definitely that his wife and his family have been going through sorrow, which I can't even imagine. And it's so easy in those moments to just feel completely helpless. And I would like to tonight dedicate this piece to his memory. And my heart goes out to his wife, his family, everyone who knew him and was touched by his life. And I dedicate this also to all of them tonight too as well. So thank you all for joining us tonight. We're going to end the recital with On Sorrow by Jonathan Russell. Thank you all so much for coming tonight, and have a great rest of your evening.